What's poppin'? Welcome back to Midwest World. It's the Tubecast. Make sure you like, subscribe, share the content. Greatly appreciate it from everybody. Top of the morning, man. You're going to hear this in the afternoon because it takes forever to process through the phone. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I like to do these on the way to work. So, oh, man, got a little I thought it was traffic jam. But, all right. Let me break this down real quick, man, because there's a certain somebody out here that don't get it, don't understand what's going on here. So we're going to break it down one more time for him because he takes shots. And I ain't talking about, it's a content creator, you know what I mean, who be saying slick stuff about me. He been on this tip since I first made my channel, dog. That's the thing, you know what I'm saying? Since I first made my channel, this cat been saying slick stuff, thinking people want to be like him, like he the only one that can play basketball games or got the knowledge of basketball games and talk behind clips. Like he the only one that came up with that idea to do so. You know what I mean? That's the crazy part. You know what I mean? That's the crazy part. But you know what? I'm not about to get out my body and start going off and cursing dude out because it's pointless. But I am gonna break down why I started this channel, and it's definitely not to be like this guy. You know what I mean? It's definitely not to be like this guy. It's a million gaming channels out there. You know what I'm saying? It's a million gaming channels out there. You know what I mean? And then on top of the sports world, you got Fox, you got ESPN, you got CBS, you got ABC. You know what I mean? You think they go around saying, oh, Fox trying to be like me or ESPN's trying to, man, cut it out, man. You know what I'm saying? You got a bunch of interrogation channels, you know what I'm saying? You think they running around taking shots at each other, talking about some, yeah, you know, this interrogation channel's trying to be like me. No, you know what I mean? That's not the case. Nobody's thinking about you like that, fam. All right? You need to chill and relax, you know what I mean? And mind your business because he hasn't been minding his business from the jump. You know what I'm saying? He come in here, when I first made the channel, he came over here saying slick stuff like, yeah, you know, you upload to, don't worry about what I'm doing. If I want to upload every hour on an hour, that's what I'm going to do because I want to. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I've always had this work ethic. It don't matter. It's natural with me. It's nothing. I'm going to always do this. I'm not about to stop doing this for your comfort level because you uncomfortable for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? Mind your business. You know what I mean? That's all you got to do. Mind your business and do what you do. You know what I mean? Don't worry about what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Some may know who I'm talking about. Some may not. I'm not going to mention his name. You know, he didn't mention mine. I'm not going to mention his. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, you know, he could take shots, but he can't take it. This is the, he could dish it, but can't take it. I know dudes like that. You know what I'm saying? I know dudes like that. And over here, I want to keep it peaceful. You know what I'm saying? I come from music. I come from battling. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is, you know? So I make an effort not to cuss here. I make an effort to keep it clean here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, look, I game. That's what I love to do. I always got a game system on me. Always have, dog. I keep the switch on me. You know, but I keep the deck on me usually. It's either or. I kind of rotate it. You know what I'm saying? I always experiment with new games. You know what I'm saying? Lately down the line, you know, I didn't really do that before, but once I got older, I started experimenting with new games. So I'm like, I want to make a gaming channel. I just didn't know how to, you know, start it up and capture footage and all that stuff. You know what I mean? That's why you see my first video, I was doing it with a Canon camera. You know what I'm saying? But that only lasted for 2-3 videos. I got me a capture card, you know what I mean? And then it was a cheap capture card. That's why you see like the screen tearing on it. But then I got me Elgato and then there we go. You know what I'm saying? So thing is, you know, I never went to this guy asking him for, he, for whatever reason, think he holds all the keys to, you know what I'm saying, to everything when you're not as big as you think you are. You know what I mean? I know I'm small time. I know that. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I don't think I'm bigger than what I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm not running around telling you where I came from. You know what I'm saying? And how I do things. But understand this, dog. I'm not new to this. I just started this channel. I'm not new to this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not running around acting like I'm not doing that, dog. So I'm not going back and forth with you. Just quit talking about me. Quit talking about me. It's the only time I say it. Quit talking about me. Because if I'm forced to defend myself, I'm not going to do it here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do it here. Know that. So just leave me alone. You do what you do. You know what I'm saying? I do what I do. I don't copy you. I don't want to copy you. I don't think about copying you. And it came across my desk. You know what I'm saying? That he was saying this. You know what I mean? It came across my desk, man. I'm like, dog, come on, man. You serious? I'm not copying you. I don't want to copy you. I don't want to be you. Just because we both play NBA games, you know what I'm saying? You know, and talk behind clips. We don't even make the same content, dog. And me creating the channel wasn't thinking about you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, hey, you need to kind of check yourself, fam. But it is what it is, man. Let's talk about it. Andre Ward, Anthony Joshua. Now, Andre Ward was saying that if he comes back, he'll want Anthony Joshua. So, because the thing is, I was seeing the headlines said that he called out Anthony Joshua. He didn't really necessarily call him out. He just said that, you know, if he comes back, he'll want Anthony Joshua. Can he beat Anthony Joshua? Skill-wise? I mean, technically, Anthony Joshua was a nice boxer, dog. Like, he's not whack. He just don't got a chin. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only, like, that's the thing with Anthony Joshua. You know what I'm saying? He just don't have a chin. That's it. You know what I mean? And when you fighting heavyweights, can you really count that against, like, you fighting, even like when he lost to Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz was hitting him with bombs, dog. He was hitting it. And Andy Ruiz is not whack. He just, for boxing standards, he's out of shape. You know what I'm saying? For what he's doing, he's out of shape. Kind of like how Chris Arreola, you know what I mean, was. You know what I mean? Always out of shape and all that. You know, him and Andy Ruiz is very similar. That's why they fight was so, they had a dope fight. Andy Ruiz and Chris Arreola, fire fight. That fight was fire. You know what I mean? They're very similar, actually. But, you know, do I think he could? I think Joshua too big, personally. That's a lot, man. Like, you know, I don't know what type of weight they have to meet at. Joshua a big boy, man. And he nice. That's the thing. It's not like he big and not nice. No, the dude is nice. So with that being the case, I think that now if Joshua didn't have real skill, he was just big, I'd say, yeah, I think Ward can get him. But due to the fact that Joshua is nice, he's big, he's bigger, like, he's very big, you know, compared to Andre Ward, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, he'd knock Andre Ward out, dog. Like, honestly, you know what I'm saying? And that's not no knock to Andre. Andre Ward is cold. You know, him and Terrence Crawford is like in the same, like, I put them in the same, it's like they're underrated. Like, people know that they wanted the illest boxers to do it, but the people they fought, it's hard to say due to the networks they was on, like not getting the push that they should have got and all that, you know what I mean? So I put Andre Ward and Terrence Crawford like in the same like category. Skill-wise, they as good as anybody, you know what I'm saying? We know that. This is Terrence Crawford's first huge fight with Canelo Alvarez, you know what I'm saying? Well, like big mega fight, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the other one was with Errol Spence, we seen what happened there, but you know, but with Canelo, it's like, I don't know, man. Like, you know, I want him to beat Canelo. I'm not a big Canelo fan. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm the biggest Terrence Crawford guy either. You know what I'm saying? I wanted Errol Spence to win that fight. I was hurt when Errol Spence was getting cooked like that. But, you know, it is what it is. Big salute to Bud, you know what I mean? But Andre Ward, Anthony Joshua, I'll watch it, but it's like, I don't know, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's a different style of heavyweight. Now, if Andre Ward just fought some heavyweight that was just big, that's not nice like that, yeah, he'd go in there and outbox him. I don't even think he'd necessarily knock the heavyweight out. He'd just outbox him. You know what I'm saying? Stick and move and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if necessarily he'll outbox Joshua just because Joshua can box. You know, he's a skilled heavyweight. And I think that's where people get it twisted when it comes to guys who done lost or got knocked out. Look, man, and getting knocked out happens in boxing. It's what it is. Like, I mean, and I'm always going to say this, fans, or casual fans, you know what I mean? Casual fans, you know, if you lose, your whole career is discounted. You know what I'm saying? If you get knocked out, your whole career is discounted. It makes absolutely no sense to me if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense. Anthony Joshua is one of the nicest heavyweights I've seen box, skill-wise. He's one of the nicest heavyweights I've seen, man. He's nice. You know what I mean? He just, look, man, him and Lennox Lewis is comparable, dog. They comparable. You know? Comparable. You know, when Hakeem Rockman, he knocked out Lennox Lewis. What Lennox Lewis do? He came back and knocked out Hakeem Rockman. Like, okay, you caught me, fam. All right, but he came back and knocked him out. Same thing he did to Ruiz. Did he knock out Ruiz? I don't remember if he knocked out Ruiz or not. But he came back and beat Ruiz, you know what I'm saying, after that. You know what I mean? Like, he don't just shrink, you know what I mean? He had a dope fight against Klitschko and all. Like, Anthony Joshua is one of the better heavyweights to do it. I'm not saying he the best ever, nothing like that, but skill-wise, you can sit him up there skill-wise, he just don't got a chin. So if you place him against any of the heavy hitters, he's not, like, I don't think he'll beat a Riddick Bogues. He don't got a chin. Holyfield, nah, we ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? Joshua probably can clip Tyson, though. You know what I'm saying? Joshua would clip Tyson because the thing is with Tyson, he's short, he don't got reach. And then once you pop Tyson, he like the thing with Tyson, man, and I'm gonna talk about, I've talked about Tyson, but I'm gonna actually talk about Tyson, his aura. He wins a lot of fight on aura, but once you put Tyson in the ring with somebody who like that and not scared of him, he fades. You know what I'm saying? When the aura don't work, he fades. You know what I mean? So, you know, Joshua, I think he'll be able to hang. It's just, you know, the fact that, you know, he can't take certain punches, and I'm not counting that against him. Like I said, it's hard to say who he'll beat with the great heavyweights, because all them dudes, man, like, you know, all of them, they hit. All heavyweights can hit for the most part, but it's just like, I don't know, man. But skill-wise, you can place him against anybody. You can place him against anybody, man, straight up. So, you know, Anthony Joshua was dope. You know what I'm saying? He's not scared of nothing. You know what I mean? I'd rather him fight Deontay Wilder on the comeback fight. You know what I'm saying? And if he only been gone for years, it really a comeback. Like, I mean, but I'd rather him fight Wilder. They might as well go ahead and make it pop. Even though the fight done lost its luster a long time ago. They should have fought when they both was at their height. I don't know why they didn't fight, even though Joshua probably would have beat Wilder, dog. Like, I think Joshua he would have clipped Wilder with ease, actually. But then again, though, that right hand, the fact that Joshua don't got no chin and Wilder got that cold right hand, that's gonna always keep him around. That's the thing. That's gonna always keep him in the fight. You know what I'm saying? Deontay Wilder. And, you know, I like Wilder. He just, you know, the thing is with him, he didn't really develop any good footwork. You know what I'm saying? Even the last fight he was in, no good footwork, man. Like, he don't have good footwork. So, and he doesn't box that well. Cold right hand, he just don't box that well. You know what I'm saying? You're not about to roll up on Deontay Wilder in the street and think you're about to do anything to him. Let's make that clear. You know what I'm saying? He just don't box that well against his peers. Any civilian getting their head knocked off. We're not playing these games. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm talking boxing, let's make it clear. In the ring against his contemporaries, his peers, okay? His peers. Not against civilians who think they know. Nah, man. You know what I'm saying? Nah. You know, you get your head knocked off. But, you know, it is what it is. I don't know. Ward can, on the technical side of things, he's better than Joshua overall, technically. You know what I'm saying? But it's weight classes for a reason. It's weight classes for a reason. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So, you know, a center can be way less skilled. And this is probably a bad analogy, but a center can be way less skilled than a point guard. The point guard probably got, it's 9 times out of 10 or 10 times out of 10, the more skilled basketball player than the center. But the center, you know, in a certain situation, is always going to be able to dominate. Once a center get the ball in a certain area, there's nothing the point guard can do. And that's kind of like in boxing, you know what I mean? You know, with Joshua's size and things, he's not going to be able to fight him in a phone booth. That's not going to happen, you know what I'm saying? Only thing the Ward can do is probably try to box him at a distance. But if Joshua start closing in, dog, it's over with for him. Like, he's not going to be able to do nothing with that. He's just too big, man. So he's going to have to keep him at a distance and box, stick and move for real. You can't get in don't try to sit there and trade blows with him, because you really going to be done. So it's like, it's interesting. I respect him challenging himself 100%. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, you know, that's a bad idea. You know what I'm saying? But big salute to Andre Ward, man. Like, you know, big salute to, I just watched the interview he had with Andre Berto. Andre Berto, the illest uppercut I've ever seen in my life. And I'm dead serious. Andre Berto got the best uppercut I've ever seen. Out of all the boxing I've watched in my life, I have never seen nobody uppercut like Berto. Ever. You know what I'm saying? This dude's uppercut is official. You don't want to get hit with that, though. You know what I'm saying? That uppercut is clean. The greatest uppercut I've ever seen is from Andre Berto, dog. The greatest uppercut I've ever seen. But that interview was dope, man. You know what I'm saying? Interview was dope, man. You know, Andre Berto, humble cat. I like Andre Berto. I've always liked Andre Berto, though. I've always liked Andre Berto. Always. You know, I always wanted him to fight Floyd. You know, I did like the fight with him and Floyd, too. The fight with him and Floyd was actually pretty good. It was better than the Pacquiao fight. It was better than that fight. But we're going to talk about Floyd, though. We're going to talk about Floyd. Floyd is one of my favorite boxers ever. Him and Paul Williams, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to talk about Floyd, you know what I mean? But down the line. But, yeah, Ward. I think Ward. The only way, like, he had to fight him from the outside. He had to fight. That's the only way he could beat him, dog. He had to fight him from the outside. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Ward can be. He got some cold defense, but you know, there's only so long you're gonna be able to, you know, block his shots. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, your guard wear down. You know what I'm saying? That's a real thing. Blocking wears down. Like, you know, you can block shots all day, but your arms get tired. You know what I'm saying? There's ways to punch through a guard. You know what I'm saying? You make a person arm sore. You know what I mean? You start hitting them, you know, in that guard. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna wear it down. You know what I mean? It's gonna make your arms heavy and things like that. So eventually, he's gonna catch you. He's gonna catch you. You know what I mean? So that's the thing, you know, with blocking shots. You know what I mean? You hitting him in the arm constantly. You hit him in the shoulder. You know what I mean? All that. You know, that stuff help. Canelo do that, man. He'll hit you all up in the arm and everything. And that takes the zing off your punches and all that. You know what I mean? So, if I'm Joshua, I would do that to him. If you got your guard up heavy, I'm just hitting you in that guard, hard in the mug too, wearing it down, making it tender. You know what I'm saying? So so now it's like, dang man, I put my arm's mad sore. Then my punch is not, you know, don't got the same oomph to them because my arms hurt. Now, you know what I mean? So then eventually that face gonna be open. You know what I mean? So I just don't think it's a good matchup for Ward, man. But hey, that'd be, I mean, Ward haven't fought, what, 8 years or something like that too? I think it's something around that, something around there. Yeah, I don't know. That might be a little too much. And look, Ward is one of the best to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's just 8 years. And like he said, nobody know what he's been doing. And that's fair. I mean, no one knows what he's been doing, but I know there ain't been no regulation bouts. I know that. You know what I'm saying? There's been no regulation bouts. I do know that. So it's like, I don't know, man. But big salute to Andre Ward, salute to Anthony Joshua, man. The fight, if they did it, I don't know, man. I'd just rather see him against like Wilder or something. Come back against Wilder. Maybe that could be like a co-main event or something. You know, I don't know if that would be not Andre Ward, my bad. If Joshua fights Wilder, maybe that could be a co-main. You know, I think that would be a good co-main event. I don't know if that's the main event now. Co-main is good though, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it's just, you know, Wilder's not the same fighter. It hurts to see that, but it happens, man. He's not the same fighter. So I don't know. But then Joshua, you know, that fight would be closer than people think. Joshua and Wilder. That fight would be closer than people think, or you know, it could swing either way. They both could knock each other out. I'll just say that. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Ward, can he beat Joshua? I don't think so. It's just too many disadvantages for him. That's not to say Ward not like that. He like that. He's definitely like that. It's just his weight class is for a reason. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to throw Zab Judah in there with Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's probably another bad analogy. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is. So, you know, Ward, no, I think he loses that fight. You know, he's going to try to keep him at distance for a minute, but, you know, eventually, you know, Joshua going to walk him down and put him down. You know what I mean? So that's that. And once again, I'm not out here trying to copy nobody. I'm doing my thing. I salute everybody who rock with me, man. I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Got the giveaway going. Like I said, I'm gonna announce that soon. I'm gonna announce the winner soon. You know what I mean? So y'all seen that. So if you haven't, you know, entered, if you want a shot at that, just enter. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know what I mean? It's real simple. You know what I mean? It's gonna be for the PS5 digital code. You know what I mean? Real simple. Very, very simple. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. Make sure you like, subscribe, share the content. Greatly appreciate it from everybody. I come in peace. Peace.